Hey guys, Bunny here from Ambush Bunny Survival. Before I get started with today's video, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell button so when I post anything new, you get notifications and you'll be in the know. So I'm still learning. I've been learning a lot from barnyard bees. Currently I've got bees swarming around my head and they're landing on my forehead, my arms, and my chest and walking across me. That's fine. They now know me very well. I've had them since April. They know my face. They know my smell. I can walk around them. They won't hurt me. I had someone else come walk over beside where they're at, and they started stinging said person. This is a regular thing now. Hi, beautiful. How are you? Say hi to the camera. You're now famous. Female worker bee. Isn't she beautiful? No, not all bees are what they call killer bees. Those are the Africanized ones that are a little bit more aggressive. But normal bees, like these guys, are pretty docile unless they're trying to protect something like their hive, their queen. I can even walk around this, and as long as I don't accidentally bump against one and they think that I'm trying to eat it, they're not going to sting me. Wasps might. There's some mahogany wasp and red wasp over there. I've got one on top feeding. But inside each one of these buckets, I split a 25-pound bag of sugar between the two, filled it with water so it's a half and half ratio, stirred it really well. And as you can see, I just put it up here and they are already swarming. It's a little after 8 o'clock. Sorry, I've got one rubbing its butt on my phone and one landing on my hands and fingers and hanging out with me. Thank you, girls. I love you guys too. You're beautiful. Beneath it, I've got a tray down there. Yeah, it's kind of a deep tray, but here in this corner, I've got a hole drilled in it. If I have any nectar that drips, it'll catch it and they can go down and slurp it up too, so there's no waste. But if it gets past a certain point, it starts leaking out the end, so they don't have any drowning, because I want to save as many bees as I can. The opportunistic feeders, such as this butterfly over here, and the wasps, and the hornets and yellow jackets all come over here. They all feed and enjoy it. I don't mess with them. They don't mess with me. As long as I don't get stung, it's great. But right now, since, dearth is going on, no pollen, no nectar, nothing's blooming, I'm feeding these babies. It's kind of controversial. It depends on who you talk to. Some people say don't feed because that's a communal place where all these bees are gathering up and you've got a possibility for sickness and disease to spread because, as you can see in that corner of that bucket between the two, they're so close packed together. Barnyard bees said it best. It don't matter if you feed them or if something spills somewhere, your neighbor drops a jar of jam outside, they're going to find it. And they're going to gather around it, and then it may be your bees, your neighbor's bees, anybody's bees, wild bees, that will start feeding off of it, and then you have a natural occurred communal feeder. I personally am going to feed mine because it is my first year, and that's my hive over there. My first swarm was so small, it didn't survive. I didn't get it to going. But my main hive is still going really, really great. The girls are doing wonderful. And I'm trying to get them boosted up so they will continue to make nectar and brood to survive through the winter. That's a very important thing. As long as they've got stuff coming in, they're going to continue making brood. When things start to slow down, they're going to slow down on their brood production to cut out on how much stores is being used. As long as they've got something coming in, they'll continue to feed brood. So I do have some of these, and a lot of the bumblebees will come, and I did plant some wildflowers, but not a whole lot popped up this year like it usually does where we plant. I blame it on all the water we've had. We do have to worry about robbing right now, which is also one of the reasons why I am feeding. Get my rock stone off. That's more to tell me what's going on inside the hive. Turn it a certain way so I can read what's happening. Aren't they beautiful? Hi, girls. Yes. Screen top. Got a slit right there. Hi, baby. Slit right there. I've got a mesh bottom. See if I can get it under there and you can see this. There we go. Mesh bottom. So we've got air that comes up through here, out through the top, and vents across those sides. So that way it helps keep them cool. It's Louisiana. It's getting to be in the high ends of 90 going on up. Everyone's working, coming in and out. We're bringing back food. Good morning, ladies. Anchors are here on either side with a ratchet. So when we have high winds, I can come and ratchet this bad boy down to make sure the wind doesn't knock it over. Because I don't want that to happen. Because these things get heavy. And if you get knocked over, it's a pain in the butt to pick them up. And your bees are unhappy. And you don't want anything to happen to your queen or them decide that, hey, this isn't safe, we're leaving. There they are. See bumbles out there. Morning, girls. water source. When it is hot, they will come gather up water. They'll bring it back in here and they'll use it inside the hive, and they will stand at the opening and they will fan their wings, and that helps create another current to cool off the inside, because you don't want it to get too hot in there with a brood, because things will start dying off. So as fall comes around, we'll have fall flow, which is going to start up again, and they will begin to get nectar and pollen again, and I can stop feeding. And then we'll get them ready to winterize, and I'm going to be doing my research on that. And then I'll go over it with you guys when I do it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. So you can have a little bit of information about when we're feeding. Since I do have this one hive, my feeding station's right there. If I do end up with another one, I'm going to move it way out there over by my fruit trees. So that way it's a little bit farther, where they have to go a greater distance to go get their food. And it will cut down on robbing, which is where the bees will go and steal from other hives, which I don't want. No one really wants that, because they can actually rob a hive to death. And that's bad. We definitely don't want that. So it's going to get moved when I end up with a next hive. I do have all my extra boxes, and I did get some really, really nice. Let me show you these. My uncle got me these. Got some really, really nice frames he picked up for me. It's over here with the rest of my beekeeping stuff. So I got to get me a nice storage area inside the old smokehouse where we store things. I got to clear out a spot to put these to keep them safe and get them out of the weather. Right now they're under the overhang here. So I've got another box here, which is a regular super box, which I'd put on. They're shorter, so that's honey stores. That's the regular lid with a vent hole. That's your telescoping lid, so usually that will help keep heat in. I have more frames. These are my nooks. This is the one my bees came in, with a bottom that's attached to it. I bought another nook, so that's the bottom. There's a bottom, and there's a migratory lid, and a feeding lid, and another frame. And this is an excluder that goes on the front to keep the queen from leaving, so that the hive will set up. So these are just a few things, and I've got a normal solid bottom for my big hive too. But these, there are flow hives, which is a full hive kit, and it has a spot where you have spouts on the front and you turn a key and the honey flows out of it. But you can buy flow hive frames that will fit inside your regular hive boxes. And as you can see, the honeycomb is offset. You turn a key and it resets it, and one raises back up. And they will build off of these and fill them with honey and cap them. And then when you're ready to use them, you just take them out of the hive, set them down. You put a tube right there that it comes with. And there's a slot up here on the top that you put a little thing down inside of, and you turn it. And it offsets them like this. And the honey flows out the bottom, and you catch it in a jar. So it would be pure, unfiltered honey. To make sure that they're not laying eggs in this, I'm going to put a queen excluder to keep them away from this one. Some people say yes, queen excluder. Others say no, queen excluder. It is the beekeeper's choice. There's the key. Kind of crazy, isn't it? The rest of the parts are inside here too. So I got to get a bigger box, because that's not going to fit in my little honey box over there. That one may end up being just their honey box, and anything after that becomes my honey. Or I might use it just to get honey with comb and keep both. But for now, that's my setup. I'm going to be start using these to get honey out of. They are double-sided, so I can have honey filled on both sides. Comes with a user's guide. Found these on Amazon. They're not exactly a Flow Hive brand. They're kind of a knockoff, but that's okay. So, thank you for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe, continue following us so that you'll see what the honey bunny bees from Ambush Bunny Survival does. I'm Bunny, your all-around hunting country girl. We're soon, I'm officially now the member of the hunting club across the road, so no longer am I just helping my dad set up stands for everybody else. I've got a stand that is actually mine, and I'll go through cleaning up my stand. I've already laid claim to it. I've already set it up for somebody else. Had someone tag the back of my head, sorry. I set it up for somebody else years ago, and now I'll be cleaning it, but this time it's mine, nobody else's. And I'll show you how to set up and what we're going to be doing checking the cameras. They are currently running, but we don't have the feeders filled with anything right now, and it's not feeding. So we'll have to go turn those back on, fill them up with corn, and start feeding before the season starts, so that way we can get some traffic pulled back through from out of the swamp to kind of get them used to the area. No, we're not baiting, but it's just kind of twice a day or once a day feeding to help keep the wildlife well fed and safe haven. We don't shoot everything. We are very selective about what we take. Unless it's a hog, then I'll take anything because they are destructive. But anyway, like I said, thanks for watching. If you need information about beekeeping, do not use these as your go-to source to learn. I really suggest going and looking up Barnyard Bees. They have amazing information, including for beginners, and they will walk you through the entire situations of setting up and get started, what to expect, how to unpackage your bees, how to make these feeder boxes, where to get the stuff, and all the other information on what to expect and what you're looking at. If you have questions, you can always ask there. I highly suggest looking up in your area. Just do a quick Google search, beekeeping clubs in my area, or beekeeping associations, and find out people who are gathered up. Also find out your laws, because your hive does have to be inspected here in Louisiana, so perhaps it might be the same thing and you pay a little fee. Like, I don't think here it's less than 40 bucks. I think maybe less than 50. And that way you are officially a part of a wildlife, or not a wildlife, but a beekeeper through the Wildlife and Fisheries and the Department of Agriculture. So check in your area, make sure you know your laws. And good luck, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great one. Bye.